Hello, Postman. I'm here to yet again show you that you do not need fancy plugins to make dope sounds. Just need a little bit of skill. Just a little bit. Today we're only going stock plugins, and I know you're thinking, Asher, just obviously like Harmor or Citrus, you can make crazy sounds. Yeah, no, not today. We're doing 3x Ask. And I'm gonna make some crazy dubstep sounds, like so. Ooh, check this one out. Ah, straight out of Skrillex. That's also 3 Ask. How about this one? Ooh, what? And a little bit of house too. Yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do that with only FL Studio stock plugins and a little bit of OTT, but we're not gonna talk about that. All right, let's get into it. Okay, let's start with this first high dubstep sound right here. So first thing with this sound is just a simple saw wave. And then you just add a little bit of detune, bring this knob all the way up so it's more than just one note. And then go to this magical window right here. First thing I like to do a lot of times is go to the pitch thing and then bring it all the way up. And then bring the decay really fast so there's more of like an attack to the sound. And then I put an LFO on the pitch here. So when you go to this, every tab has its own LFO. So I brought the speed really low. And this just makes it super gritty sounding. And I also did the same thing with the volume one right here. I made it a square though. So it's just like super dirty sounding. And then go to this window, activate Porta, put the max to 1. And now it slides. So that's the base of the sound. And then what I did after that was I added a reverb to try to emulate the Serum reverb kind of sound. The decay is like really short, like 0.1. And then bring the dry down, the wet all the way up. And it sounds like that. And then we add this wave shaper here. Just makes it super gritty and really loud. This shape just kind of, when you bring it up like this, it just adds a ton of distortion. And then OTT, which you might think is a cheat because it's not a stock plugin, but it's free, so it's all good. Yeah, really simple dubstep sound right there. And it was really easy to make. Moving on to Skrillex 1. So with this one, we just start off with a simple square wave. That's all we're using here. And then we go to Mod X, which is like the low pass filter. So that's this knob right here. Then I go to the SVFLP. I don't know why that was so hard to say, because this one has like crazy resonance. And now I go to the LFO on this so that it automatically goes. And so it kind of has that cool sound already. And then kind of the similar processing from the last one, only this time I add effector, which kind of takes away the low end with this flanger thing. Add some crazy distortion again, and it's already coming together. Some more EQ, and then OTT. And you can just kind of mess with how it sounds with these knobs right here. Yeah, super sick Skrillex sound, very easy. Skrillex number 2. I was actually really surprised when I made this one because it sounds super legit and it's actually super simple. This one might surprise you because it's just only a sine wave really low and then a square wave. I put it to 39 notes higher. And then I did this similar like LFO kind of thing, but I used an envelope this time. So I used this filter, brought the resonance up. Similar thing here with the flanger, taking away the low end, some crazy distortion. And when you adjust this note, it kind of makes it sound like it's supposed to sound. And then some more reverb again, and then OTT. Yeah, just super simple. It's kind of wild how just adding some distortion to these like really basic sounding sounds just makes them super dubsteppy. Before I show you guys the last couple of sounds, I wanted to take a moment and talk about my sponsor, Asher Postman. Asher Postman is an up-and-coming EDM artist and YouTuber who is trying to get 10K followers on Instagram so he can do the swipe up thing, and also more fans on Spotify to listen to his music that he works really hard on so that he can tour someday. Yeah, that's that's my ad for me. Okay, let's get back to the video. This is stupid. All right, moving on to Skrillex number 3. So this one we start off with another basic saw wave, and then add a square wave with 28 notes, adding the kind of like harmonic thing, and then an octave or a couple octaves higher, like 3 octaves higher, actually 4. Then we move on to the filter once again, bring the resonance up, bring it up kind of like that, so it's kind of low passy. And then what I did was go to the pitch one and go to the LFO and make it really slow and have it rise. And then kind of the same effects as everything else. I use this to take away the low end and then distort the crap out of it, OTT, and then when you mess with these, it kind of shapes the sound. Kind of adjust these accordingly. The interesting thing about using this flanger is when you take it off, it kind of screws up the sound because it's too much low end and it distorts too much. That's why I use this flanger thing to take away the low end a bit. And super Skrillexy. And then with this house bass here, this one's super simple. It's really kind of the same thing, just a lot simpler. I just have a square wave, and then I'm using an envelope on the low pass and using the same filter with a resonance all the way up. And it's like a really cool house bass kind of sound. You can also add some reverb and OTT to make it a little more interesting. I actually want to show you a bonus one, which is just a really simple pluck synth, but it can sound really nice with 3-osc. I remade the deadmau5 song, The Velt. So it's just a saw wave with a little bit of detune, and then I added some noise as well. And just go to the filter section again. I just used this filter, added a little bit of resonance, and then just kind of adjust how fast the envelope goes and how much it does. And then I added like just EQ, La Petite Excite, which is also free, and Sound Good Either. And it sounds pretty nice. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to show you guys in this video the point that you don't really need to have Serum or Massive or any fancy plugin to make cool sounds. You just need to know how the basics work, add some crazy distortion, or just be experimental, and you really can get a lot of cool sounds out of it. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully you learned something new, and you can add that to your tool belt, use some stock plugins, make use of them. They're pretty cool. Definitely consider following me on Instagram and Spotify. I post a lot about the things that I have going on. I have a lot of cool things coming up, so maybe you want to join. And if you're not already subscribed, dude, subscribe. It's not that hard. And that's all I got for you guys, so peace.